numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Pass the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The drive starts with a give to Spiller, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on 3rd down, Daniels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And an alley to run. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 61. Mike 91. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me straight.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. A gain there of 21 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. Incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. A first down carry by Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis, no jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we? Important
to do, especially early in the game like they have. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Spiller. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Daniels. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, Daniels. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off play action, Daniels. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st and 10, Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Number 13. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the Cowboys.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to, it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play you would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is Spiller. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd and 2, Daniels. He's got it. It's Spiller. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll run with Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 38-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, they scared. They scared. Go. Bud. Be ready. Be ready.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's our time. Go. It's our time. 54. Shut up. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Looking to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
10th carry now for Elliott.
You ain't doing nothing today.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Right there. 54. Right there.
They'll look to throw. That one complete to Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Daniels. This complete to Jones. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Complete to Julio Jones. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Falcons first down.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Come on, G! Hey, switch gears. Go.
Looking to throw. Daniels. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And complete. Spiller out of the backfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Cut.
55, 55. All day, just like that. All right,
2nd and 5. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Daniels. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Falcons 24, Cowboys 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense.
They'll run on first down. Elliott, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
So we got man.
Back to throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
54, Mike, 54. Let's go. Come on. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
At the 27-yard line.
Let's go. 15 money. Check. Watch 54. I'm here. Let's go. I'm here all day.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Draw play, Elliott. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's not going to get me.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's Elliott, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete. It's Elliott. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 18-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Off-play action. Daniels. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
And a loose football. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, team.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
7 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They run with Spiller. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Spiller. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like that? And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. 2nd and 14. As he throws there, incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Ready up! Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the run, watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. Let it go.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.